Last time O Block went to war with the United States Army, they were successful and sailed all the way to the Washington metropolitan area. Today, we are going to declare our independence from the United States by destroying the Capitol. Here's the map, and to the viewers who are paying attention, you will notice the flags are slightly different. That's because the game is super buggy when it comes to loaded saves, so you're gonna have to trust me on this. The final fight mission is the same for both the Rebels and the King. But the boat mission for the Rebels is actually you just fighting crabs and is the worst mission in the entire game. First mission, we had to build boats and load them up with 70 crossbowmen, 40 spearmen, and 40 foot knights. Where did my army go? We're gonna do the normal start on steroids because we have like 100 people. Also, you starve on the first day, so yeah, don't even try to get food. Now, since we're in Washington, D.C., it's good to get a general idea of the area, get a lay of the land. So the 6th platoon of the O Block Royal Guard will explore the south, while the 1st O Block Royal Scouting Unit will explore the north, or wherever the fuck I wanted to go. We found the first military fort. They knew we were coming a while ago from Chicago and prepared, and unfortunately, they have some form of conscience, knowing that they can kill our army quicker if they just target one guy at a time. So we're already down a man, but we've achieved nothing. Now 2 men. Somehow 5. It's important for us to start industrializing as quick as possible. We need tons of resources and manpower to siege the capital, and the US won't come quietly. They are going to attack us. Yeah, but like the main issue I have is these forts are blocking us from getting the stone because everyone's gonna get shot when they go to work. They're used to it, but here they can't fight back because they're civilians and they'll get pelted by 700 arrows. So all I can really do is take the accessible stone, try not to starve, and increase my population. This is O Block 2. O2 block. Finally got Town Hall 2, so now we can build up our artillery, and we can also get farms. They're more stable for food production because we have a good 5 minutes before we exterminate the fish population in the DC area, and then that's it. No more fishing. There's more water on the map, but we can't use it, and there are no fishes there. So when we ruin the ecosystem, the DC area will have no more fish. If we destroy their farms and cut off their supply lines, we can starve them all, and eventually we will win. We got enough artillery to chip away at the towers so our infantry don't get murdered within 9 seconds, and soon we should find out where the enemy will be attacking. Okay, then. That positioning was so ass, I just gave up. Because when the invasion starts, you get like 5 seconds of prep time, and then they're already there. The other 2 locations at least give you some time before they come. This time should be a little better. And for some reason, the enemy, they're not using the fuck you in particular strat, so we can actually take out a tower. It's important to note that in Chicago, we killed too many of their competent soldiers, and the only ones protecting the forts don't possess that much intelligence. Yeah, sometimes our men don't, but that's fine because we're stronger. It's time for Arthur O Block to use his war knowledge. We're going to use the archers to destroy the building where the US soldiers are coming from, while the guards protect them. This is an elite ball play that will be documented and studied for years to come. Now we can go in and take the whole fort to steal their money. That's fine, boys. We can come back later. So after exploring all the forts in the area, I came to the grave realization that none of this shit is accessible. And it's not even my fault. When people start getting smarter, stuff gets harder to do. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do when the enemy inappropriately touches one guy at a time until I need a new army? See, this start I'm okay with. We actually get time to build a defense, and later if we want to raid this fort, we can use towered artillery to take out the infantry. No one cares though. When can I summon King Vaughn? If I want to siege a castle while defending my block, we're gonna need a competent leader. Now, I know Arthur O Block is quite competent in the leading department, but not in the leading men into battle department. King Vaughn is also pretty bad at that, but that's just because he's leading an army into a battle he finished half an hour ago. Invasion time, we're on the hardest difficulty, so I don't expect this to be easy, but usually I get like 20 catapults in this work. Dog, I got 40! This isn't looking good, like at all. I'm gonna do this tomorrow. Welcome back. It still isn't looking good, but I feel like I can tolerate it today. Okay, surprisingly, we only lost 9 people, but if we do the O Block mathematics, the attack began on the 10th day and ended after 1 day. So 10 minus 1 equals 9. So our deaths are based on what day the invasion starts, minus the number of days it takes to finish the attack. So let's say we're on day 47. It takes 2 days to finish the attack, we will lose 45 men. I made all this up. For all I know, we could lose half the block in the next invasion. We could do the fuck you in particular strat, except with catapults. Fun fact, they are very effective tanks. We'll keep assaulting enemy forts until they get too hard and they have to give up. But why are they still doing this? It's a good strat that they shouldn't know about. Big ass siege weapons are much better for this because they can hit the towers without being spotted. The main problem is it takes 4 men for 1 trebuchet. Some of those men can be extremely violent and better suited as mountain knights. We can have someone who consumed one of King Von's dreads and we're making him load rocks into a siege weapon. Iron production is the most important thing in this mission. While stone is essential for defending, iron is needed for both defending and attacking. Because 1 unit that I'm going to spam costs 7 iron. They're going to be doing all the attacking, and an okay defense is a super good offense. So we don't really need walls. I don't know if I can do anything though, because we're in an iron shortage. But with the creation of the infinite steel exploit, we go from poor to Rockefeller levels of iron wealth. Y'all know about the O-Block Stone Company. Nobody cares anymore. We've evolved to the O-Block Iron Company. Now, I've read somewhere that it took humans more time to evolve from copper swords to iron swords than it did to evolve from iron swords to the atomic bomb. Now, I don't know if this is true. I could actually just be lying. But what I'm getting at is that we should be mining uranium ore really soon. Anyway, the fort has a catapult, so we're fucked. Never mind, the 67th Armored Vehicle Squad has arrived. Yes, it's called a squad now. Eventually, it will be as large as an Eastern European army. Second invasion, day 23. I'm estimating around 22 to 21 losses today, but that's fine. This is not fine. The artillery's not doing enough damage. And bro, why is that there? Hey guys, it's me from the next day. I've accepted the circumstances that we are in and decided to lock in. Disciples of King Von, kill those war machines. Ah, fuck. Yeah, you guys can go home. You know how I said at one point that you can use mountain knights as a wall? Well, that's against a small invasion, not the fucking forces of D-Day. I low-key gave up here. Like, I just let it run and saw how many people died, and holy shit, 93 people are dead. Wait, let's do some more O-Block mathematics. First invasion, we lost 9 people. Second, 93. 84 death increase, or 1,033%. So the next invasion, we're either going to lose 177 people or 961. I know the people of O-Block have been through a lot, but holy shit, I don't think they've ever been through an ethnic cleansing. Bro, the entire O-Block Royal Guard is dead. I'll dismiss the survivors and put them all towards the Armored Vehicle Division. We got 50 mounted knights so far. That's 50 people who are trying to be like their idol, King Von. That's not enough. So I'm upgrading the mountain knight training facilities. So now we can train 100 at a time. That's 700 iron, 200 gold. Dog, 12 gold's like 400 wood. How am I gonna fund my army? Okay, there's a reason why I don't want to attack the capital yet. Mainly because the army isn't strong enough. But also, I haven't taught my men what to do when around enemy civilians. Everyone they've met so far has tried to kill them. So I'm trying to indoctrinate them to be more like their idol and fire on sight. I don't care if they're passive, running away, a woman, child, or elderly. It's on sight. I want you guys to be evil. In war, nobody gives a fuck who's the most morally correct. Whoever wins gets to decide who the bad guy was. And being evil makes winning easier. Plus, if nobody survives, how are they going to tell everyone that we're bad people? 100 mounted knights, 70 trebuchets. I don't know about you, but I think we're ready to assault the capital. I'm not going to do it yet because I have to put those 70 trebuchets on towers. Crap, I lost a mounted knight. Now I have to replace him. This is my policy for now because I want even numbers. Nice multiples of 5s and 10s. So if I lose 6 men, I'll produce 6 men. But at the 300 point, I kind of give up. Oh, I lost 17 men. I'm making a batch of 100. I hope that's enough before the next batch of another 100. Invasion O-Clock at O-Block. Man, I'm a fucking rapper. King Von ain't got shit on me. From the east comes the US cavalry. They're much less effective than our armored vehicles, but their main strength comes in numbers. You see, if you haven't noticed, then you're not paying attention to the fucking video. What are you doing here? Even if the O-Block Royal Army destroys a ton of US troops, they can easily replace all of their losses. You kill 1 spearman, they'll make 2 more. You knock out a catapult, they'll send in 4 more. And they have the logistics to set up these massive attacks. This is literally how they won World War II. Oh, you have a Tiger? We have 12 Shermans and a shipment of 2,000 more on the way. Ah shit, they got siege weapons. Charge at them. Get up close and they won't fire. What the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? I remember the trebuchets be able to do this shit. I quit. Hey guys, I'm back, and after reconsidering, I do believe this is BS, but I am able to counter it, so it's all good. I only crash out over reasonable things, like video games. For example, that, the Airborne Troops Commander from Company of Heroes 2, the entirety of the On the Edge scenario from Frostpunk. That one makes me mad. It's such an ass scenario because of the military warehouse. For one, why are we building a city outside of the warehouse? Aren't these warehouses supposed to be fucking massive? Why couldn't the outpost team just clear out some rubble and then move in? And why can I only make 20 people collect steel and steam cores? You get like 160 people at one point. I should be allowed to put more of them to work, because that's why we're here. You also max out your steel production before you even find shipwreck camp. So you're gonna have to fund 4 separate settlements with 20 people making steel. New London would crash the fuck out when they find out the steel outpost that is meant to collect steel has barely anyone collecting steel. And apparently I have to do everything. Oh, we want roads to connect our settlements, then help out. The worst part about this is how hard the soundtrack is. Just listen and look. This goes hard for the most ass scenario. 11-bit, when you guys remake Frostpunk, make this shit scenario good! Only reasonable crash outs on this channel. Anyway, we won. We lost 34 men. That's fine because our army got larger. So technically, we suffered negative losses. Before we attack, I'm going to set up a massive outpost in the west because we got 10 days. I want to make some extra resources for my war economy. Now, men, charge that tower and kill it! I don't have artillery support. Okay, run back a little. If we just siege their barracks, we don't have to deal with unlimited US soldiers. Now, you could make the argument that this is a mega war crime, as these soldiers were never given a fighting chance and were just sucked up into the abyss when the building was broken. While this may be true, who cares? We're gonna win anyway. Yes, we are destroying the outskirts and we're stealing their money. Remember, a major part of our economy in the last part was based on stealing resources. And here it's the same, except we're stealing gold and soul crystals so we can get more mounted knights and summon meteors. I'm out here trying to find the ideal angle for my building, knowing damn well I won't care. I just wanted to build me 25 more siege weapons. I see civilians! Go, my disciples of King Von! Don't think. Fuck, they escaped! What the fuck, guys? It's supposed to be on site! You know, when I first sieged the capital, I was excited to see my boys murk civilians. I really was. We were finally about to get revenge from the people who oppressed us, but no, apparently my guys have a moral compass. You guys are supposed to be war criminals, the disciples of King Von. Well, now since we're not killing civilians, apparently, I guess we're the good guys now. I don't even have to lie about it anymore. We don't kill civilians, they do. I think everyone knows this. I already know I'm gonna win, so I'm gonna get ahead of the narrative to convince you that they're evil. I don't know how hard I have to try. I mean, last video I just spouted like everything I learned in history class. I think I could go a little longer though. The people in charge want you to hate your neighbor. Not exactly like that, but they just don't want too many people to actually agree with each other, because trying to control many small groups of people who are divided is much easier than trying to control a giant population who actually likes each other. And now it's like super easy to get people angry. Back then they would spread propaganda and like use the news. Now they got social media. Bro, people cannot like each other on Instagram Reels. Whenever I find a reel that sounds serious, you know, involves like race, religion, sexuality, mainly gender, that shit is straight A's. Like the others, yeah, they have arguments. Okay, you'll find a joke here and there. It's fine. It's okay, I guess. But for the gender stuff, bro, there's legit wars going on of people basically devolving to men suck, women suck, you know. And the main big comments will most likely support the creator's narrative. I don't care like which creator and what narrative, it most likely supports their narrative. And they'll get like 90k likes because I think these posts get recommended to a bunch of people because a lot of people engage with this content with anger. So you have those comments, and then you have those with like 6k likes, 571 replies. Those are where the major battles are fought. Now I could keep talking about this, and in fact I might make a future video about this, but just know, like, in serious conversations, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Don't just hate people because of what opinions they have, you know. Make sure your stuff, like your opinion, is like based in reality. Also, don't value your government more than regular people. I don't know why I'm saying this, but like, I don't care what you believe in. Regular people deserve more sympathy than governments, because those guys do some nasty shit sometimes. People can't do it because they get arrested, or if they do it, they probably work for the government. Dude, what am I talking about? This video is about Obla. The biggest issue we're going to encounter in this game is the lack of stronger units. Like, we have the Disciples of Vaughn and our Trebuchets, you know, they're all strong in that, but at this point, we need a ton of men, and not all of them can really be on the front line, so we just have a bunch of dudes pretending to help. They should just add a giant horse mech suit that costs like 20 men, 100 iron, 50 gold. I think they had those back in the 1400s. The scholars of Obla can definitely research this. If they can discover an infinite stone exploit in real life, they can build us a tank in the shape of a horse. I would like to thank the commanders in charge of defending the capital for not teaching their men about the fuck you in particular strat. We could just destroy all the civilians' homes without any issue, but we can't kill them. That still makes me mad. Why are we here? What's the point if I can't be evil? We're getting invaded from the north and the east, but thankfully we got a giant ass mountain that blocks off most of the north, so it's basically just the west with less prep time. 138 trebuchets and 300 mountainites versus this invasion. Let's go. I have enough for 14 meters. I'll use them mostly on this side because the other side has the 67th Armored Vehicle Battalion. Dude, this is so ass. Tomorrow me, take over. I legit think there's no hope. The east isn't even doing good with our meteors. The west has fallen. Billions of mountain knights must die. 340 deaths and counting. I just let it run. Like, I really want to see what would happen if I just do nothing. Excellent. Peaked at 570 deaths, and for some reason the body count went down, probably because all of them became undead, and there's still termination machines. I'm restarting. Play my soundtrack. Fun fact, if you play a bunch of small segments of copyrighted music, you won't get claimed.
For a broken hearted, no silent prayer for the faith departed. I'm gonna be just a face in the crowd. You're gonna hear my voice. I shut it out loud. It's my life and it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just want to live while I'm alive. It's my life, my heart is like an open highway. As Frank said, I did it my way. I just want to live while I'm alive. It's my life.
Dude, I was just gonna speed through the game to get back to the 5th invasion, but now everyone's fucking dying. They start for like 2 days. Now I'm getting harassed by the undead every 3 seconds, and then they kill my guys, and then they become undead. What am I supposed to do? Anyway, back to it.
Tomorrow's getting harder, make no mistake. Your luck ain't even luck, you'll have to make your own breaks. It's my life and it's now or never. I ain't gonna live forever. I just want to live while I'm alive. It's my life, my heart is like an open highway. As Frank said, I did it my way. I don't wanna live another life. It's my life.
I have no wood. I have no wood. I can't finish my wall. 3rd time's the charm. Now, I'm not playing with music because I want to have sound and my own music. But I want music. But I can't listen to it on my computer because then it gets recorded. And it's 11 p.m. so I can't wake up my family. So the only solution, one ear, diplomacy is not an option. Other ear, straight for the heart from Whitesnake 1987 on CD. But in reality, it was actually no ears, diplomacy is not an option. Both ears, straight for the heart. I don't care about copyright music anymore. This song's fire. Of course, with this game, to go along with a song, we're going to engage in unsustainable economic growth. Treat people like they're alone, get a bunch of them, and repay it back with food later. Yes, your people are going to starve a little bit, but you have to make a couple sacrifices to, you know, make some money. Why is this wall so fucked? And what do you mean it's working? What a shit game. I'm back. Now my battle plan to take over the capital is to destroy the entire outside region before crossing the bridge into the next section, where I will do the same thing. However, these next sections are going to be much harder to deal with as their artillery outranges the royal artillery. Surprisingly, our trebuchets can't hit these large towers safely. We just have to use our men as shields. If I didn't know this, I would have just used my men to do brutal charges in and out without artillery support. Now it should be a little easier. All right, now men, go kill them all. Shit, I should probably reposition. All right, man, run, get out of there, get out. I'm just gonna send them all through one entrance. This is the part where I give up on trying to keep an even number of disciples and instead just try to replace losses. Literally kill everyone, and they are, but like they're still avoiding citizens. Why? Change of plans. We're not gonna wipe out the other side. We can just go straight for the capital to save on manpower. Change of plans again. We have to go now. We won't survive the next invasion. Go! Charge, my mountain knights! Kill them all! If you just spam heal spells, you win. Look, the war's over. Half of my men survived. Wait, never mind. They're still dying. New mission. Arthur O'Block, a soldier of the O'Block Royal Guard and the local gas station clerk, will have to take out the President of the United States. It's very easy, and it shows that Arthur O'Block has that dog in him. He went beast mode a couple times, so I'd say Vaughn would be proud. And then we kill their leader, and just like that, Arthur O'Block is now the President of the United States of O'Block. Thank you for watching.